Sure. My name is Greg Wickenkamp. I'm a PhD student in history, a former public school teacher. Sort of standing in solidarity with students and educators, particularly LGBTQ students, and particularly around accurate history education. And so we've had a lot of recent legislation passed that restricts what educators are able to teach in the classroom, stifles critical thinking and engagement with critical resources, and further marginalizes LGBTQ students. So what we're doing is really showing that that is not what Iowans support. We support a robust public education with teachers and students being able to be who they are at school. So I myself was a public school teacher for the last decade, and tensions really came to a head for me when I started facing pushback, fairly explicit pushback from a local politician who claimed I was indoctrinating students to hate America and hate white people, and ultimately a fearful administration was unwilling to say that I could teach history was wrong, or excuse me, to teach that slavery was wrong, and that was kind of a turning point that sort of drove me out of education. You know, as a public school teacher, former public school teacher, an advocate of public education, every teacher I know wants to work with parents to do what's best for young people. And we all want young people to think critically, to be empathetic and caring. And that's what we're focused on doing. That's what the Zen Education Project is supporting and what our event here is supporting today. So we want to work with parents. We believe in what's best for young people. With any text that I use in the classroom, I tried to get students to think critically about it, to examine it, to look at other resources that represent a wide variety of perspectives. And so getting students to think critically is what I tried to do, and what I was stifled from doing.
To take away freedom by hook or crook, by hook or crook.
What isn't getting attention?
Right where these signs that say no parking are, where we should
Great. I'm Nico Daker. I am from Des Moines, Iowa. I'm a member of IOWTF, a youth organization geared towards youth, by youth, upwards of 21-year-old, and we just focus on having the freedom for students and just overall advocacy for students.
What's so worrisome about the legislation that we've seen passed by the legislature and recently signed by the governor?
Really just trying to restrict the teachers. You know, now I am thankful enough that I've just graduated high school, but if I was a junior going into senior year, for example, I'm gay. And 2 years ago, I wasn't out to my parents. So there was this legislation that was passed that I wouldn't be able to have those conversations with my teachers without being outed to my parents. So legislation like that, or legislation like HF 802, 2 legislative sessions ago, are just really trying to undermine the education by the teachers of the students. And really, it is bringing back the household into the school, where the school should be a place where the students, us, can go ahead and learn new ideas. Let the kids learn what they want to learn, because most of the time we are not attacking anyone else. We're not doing harm to anyone else. Just let us do something, because what we're doing is we're not harming anyone. We're just there to go ahead and learn and get new ideas into our brains, whether we like them or not. And I totally agree with the idea that parents can be in the backseat driving what they can go ahead and teach their kids, but that shouldn't come at the expense of other students. That shouldn't come at the expense of me being threatened of what I can learn and what I want to learn.